What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having an awesome Veterans Day. If you know a veteran, just want to say go and shake their hand and tell them thank you for your service. I want to get into a couple of houses over here in the Oakridge slash Pleasant Hill area of our market. So this is everything that's come on the market recently, when pending, or sold in the last 7 days. So just to give you an idea of what's going on. So this house just came on the market yesterday on 47477 School Street in Oakridge. It was built in 1977, sits on a .15 acre lot, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1344 square feet. It is a manufactured home on its own land. They're asking 195 for it. So this is the cheapest house, or one of the cheapest homes on the market, definitely the cheapest that was put on the market in the last 7 days. So if you're interested in it, give me a call. My number is 541-515-9149. Property taxes are pretty low as well, about $1,200 a year. Then we've got this property over here on 76367 Cologne Road. It was built in 2002. It's on a .3 lot, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1512 square feet. It's been on the market about 106 days. They did just do a price reduction from 214 to 199 or 200,000 a couple of days ago. As you can see here, it's got a 2-car carport, manufactured home on its own land. Property taxes are about $2,000 a year. They originally started at $243, and it looks like it's cash or other, so the property probably needs some work. Overall, it looks like it just needs a little bit of cosmetic work. It was built in 2002, so it's probably financeable. So I don't know why they've got cash or other. And then we got this property over here on 47754 West 2nd Street in Oakridge. It was built in 1955, sits on a .14 acre lot, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1260 square feet. It's been on the market about 14 days. They did just recently do a price reduction from 300K to 290. I looked at this house before because I was talking to another seller in Oakridge. It's got nice flooring inside, tile, linoleum in the kitchen area, got a nice amount of countertop space, cabinet space. Overall, your standard ranch style home. Here's the utility room with another refrigerator in there. Backyard. So overall, a nice little home. I definitely think it's worth the price that they're asking. Again, interest rates being a little bit higher and also being Oakridge. It's a little bit of a slower market. Property taxes are about $1,700 a year. Then you've got this house over here on 76499 Poplar Street in Oakridge. It's built in 1952, .14 acre lot, 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1976 square feet. Just came on the market yesterday for 315. So a lot of space for storage. It's all one story. As you can see here, very open. It looks like you got the hot water heater in the kitchen, which is kind of weird to me. Got our fireplace in here. It's a big open room that connects to the kitchen. Then you've got like a checkers room over here, which is kind of unique. This appears to be one of the bedrooms. So a very big, long room. It almost looks like this was the garage that was converted, just from how long it is, and some of the storage in here as well. Big backyard. So here to give you an idea of the aerial view of this property. So cute little house in Oakridge. Be nice to see if it had 2 full bathrooms. It probably was originally a 3-1, and then they converted the garage into a 4th bedroom. So that's one downside, is you don't have a garage here. Looks like the wood stove was installed in 2022. Updated heat pump and electrical service in 2022 as well. All one story, which is nice. Property taxes are about $2,400 a year. And then we've got this house here on 46394 Highway 58 in Westford. It was built in 1970. Sits on about an acre and a half. Just came on the market 4 days ago. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It doesn't mention the square footage here, which is a little odd. Because it was built in 1970 and it's a manufactured home, it's unfinanceable. So 329.9, I think it's probably a little high, honestly. You do have this 2-bay shop here, which is nice. Pump house. Again, it's kind of an art and a science when it comes to pricing homes. I hadn't looked at the pictures before, but I just look at so many houses that just from a bird's eye view, I can get a pretty good idea of what the value might be. Again, very unique homes. I'd have to look at them in person. I mean, any home really, it's always best to look at it in person, and just getting some brief information on this. Being out in West for this price, I mean, I just think it's overpriced. Again, I can be wrong. Property taxes is about $378 a year. Cash only due to it not being financeable. That's another thing too, because it's not financeable and you're expecting someone to pay cash for this. I know it's got some acreage, but for an old manufactured home built in 1970 that needs some work. I mean, yes, you do got the 2-bay shop here, so that's going to help you a lot. But I mean, I don't know. $330 for this, I definitely wouldn't pay that much for the home. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's worth it? Would you pay $330 for this? Again, it's in the Westford area, so let me know what you think. Then you've got this house here on 38916 Dexter Road in Dexter. It was built in 1940. Sits on a little bit over a half-acre lot. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 933 square feet. So a little bit of a smaller home. It's been on the market 2 days, and they're asking $350 for it. Doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Let's take a look at the pictures on this one. It's a cute little house here. Looks like they've done some updating, possibly some painting. Got a long property here, as you can see. Looks like there's also a studio on the property here. Workshop area. So here's the house here. Got a deckless unit. It's got some nice flooring in here. A little bit of a smaller room, but of course the house is only 900 square feet, so they're using the space the best they can. Front door here, little dining table here, kitchen area here. It's got a lot of cabinet space, which is nice. Definitely very efficient with the amount of space that they have. Cool little barn door in here. Pretty big bedroom. Looks like they got a lot of bookshelf space, cabinet space for clothes, books, movies, little office space here. Then you've got a private bathroom as well. Or it might just have access to it since you've only got one bathroom in here. Okay. Me trying to get an understanding of the layout here. So here's the primary bedroom. Looks like this is another seating area, walk-in closet. Okay. So this is the front area next to the front door. So right on your left is going to be the primary bedroom. Walking past this chair here is going to be the kitchen. Then you've got your walk-in closet here. Here's another door that connects to that little dining table area here. Looks like you've got a freezer here, which then leads to the other bedroom. As you can see, that door here. And then you've got the bathroom here. So I don't know where the bathroom is connected in the house. Looks like it's on the right side behind the kitchen. And then you've got the utility room here, cabinet space here, hot water heater here. Then again, you've got a huge lot, which is nice. Looks like the studio unit also has a ductless system. So curious to check that out. Nice little back patio here. Looks like you got more storage. And then here's a studio here. So it could be used as a guest suite, mother-in-law suite, something along those lines. Open space, which is cool. Looks like you got a stove here, microwave, refrigerator, sink, ductless unit. So more than likely, if they've got a stove in here, at least that's what it looks like to me, it was probably certified and done properly. Of course, we'd want to verify that information. So this got a kitchenette. So if you guys are familiar with Lane County rules and everything, if it's a studio unit that doesn't have a stove, you can get away without permitting. But if it does have a stove and it's being considered as a livable space, then that's when you got to get permits and go through the county and everything. So there's some rules on that. You know, I know the rules are always changing, so I don't know if this is compliant or not. But cool little space here. Got the shower here, toilet here. And again, county can easily pull this information up, look at this pictures just like I am and see this information. So it's not like I'm sharing anything that's not already out there. And then you've got a workshop here. Looks like it could be another space for office space, workspace, storing stuff. Looks like they were using it as kind of like a guest room as well. So definitely a great area. I'll let the experts at the county deal with that. Because as you can see here, it says recently remodeled studio includes a kitchenette, bathroom, and has a ductless heat pump for comfort. So yeah, I would definitely say for 350, with what everything is got going on here, as long as it's compliant with the county and everything, I would imagine this one sells pretty quickly. Property taxes are about 1,200 a year. It's got a septic tank, sewer system, public sewer. It's got a well. Then we've got this property over here on 39119 Dexter Road. It's built in 1948. Sits on a little bit under a half acre, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1169 square feet. They're asking 369.9 for it. So again, pretty close in price to this one. This one definitely has a little bit more going for it with the studio and everything. It is smaller, so they're not too far off in price as well. Again, the big question is if they receive an offer, go pending, all that stuff. So just because it's active, that's just the starting price, which means it can go up, can go down, all that stuff. Based on what I've seen on the last one, they're probably priced pretty well. Let's take a look at the pictures. It's a cute little house. Got some nice flooring in here. Bathroom looks very light and bright. Standard kitchen. Again, very bright. Looks very nice. Little spot for a dining table. Nice flooring in here. Wood burning fireplace. This is your front door here. Looks like this is a bedroom here. So big. Living room that can be broken up into a living room area, family room area. Got a ductless unit in here. Little bedroom here. Another bedroom here. Utility room, which looks like they've really compacted this spot to be as efficient as they possibly can. Really nice flooring throughout. Definitely done a good job painting it. Pantry area here. You got a little she shed, which is a pretty good space. Could definitely store a lot in here. Christmas supplies, Halloween supplies, all that stuff. This looks like your backyard here. You got some views of the lake as well. Some more views of the lake. Oh yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one sells quickly. And then here's a layout of the house to get a better idea. So bedroom here, bedroom here, bedroom here, bathroom here. And you've got the utility in the utility room back here, kitchen area, dining area, and then family area. So okay, definitely get a better idea from this picture here as to what you can do with the property. Definitely efficient with how much space there is. And it's kind of cool too. So the primary bedroom has access to the shower or to the bathroom. And that might actually be the only way to get to that. So let me take a look again. because the only other area that you'd be able to access it from is the kitchen, and I didn't see one. Plus, it'd be weird to have a door. Yeah. So that's one drawback of this house here is that if you've got guests or kiddos or anything like that, they're going to have to go through your room to get to the bathroom. So not a fan of that. Looks like it's the only way to get to the bathroom. So just something to be aware of. That might be a drawback for potential buyers. Property taxes are about $1,700 a year. Then we got this property over here on 76478 Oak Street in Oakridge. It was built in 1940 on a 0.11 acre lot, 3 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 2611 square feet. Just for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into pictures in this one, but if you want to check it out, 76478 Oak Street. It's been on the market 34 days. They just recently did a price reduction from $379. There's $374, so about a $5,000 price reduction a couple of days ago. Looks like it's all one story as well, which is really nice for a bigger house like that. And then the property taxes are about $2,800 a year. Then we got this property over here on 76672 Leduc Road in Westford. It's built in 1954, sits on a little bit over an acre lot, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,771 square feet. It's been on the market 29 days. They just recently did a price reduction from $475 to $460. So about a $15,000 price reduction. As you can see here, looks like a nice house. They're mentioning that it's a 1-story ranch style home. Again, I'm going to look at the pictures later, but if you're curious, the address is 76672 Leduc Road. That way you can look at it on your own time. Your favorite website, my website, Zillow.com, wherever you get your information. Definitely look at the pictures there. Property taxes are about $2,200 a year. Or if you want to see it, give me a call. Be more than happy to show it to you. Of course, just to be mindful of the sellers, a couple of things we want to do to make sure that you'd be able to look at it, be pre-approved, make sure that you can afford the home. That way, you don't fall in love with the house and then get disappointed when you can't, qualify for it. So there are a couple of things, that we'll have to go through, but just making sure that, we're doing the best that we can to, get you into the right home that you can afford and that you feel comfortable with. Then we got this house over here on 84571 Parkway Road in Pleasant Hill. It was built in 1960. It's on about a third of an acre, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, 1974 square feet. It's been on the market 85 days. They just recently did a price reduction from $500,000 to $465,000. So about a $35,000 price reduction on this house here. I'd love to get into the pictures with you, but I don't have time for that right now. So if you want to check it out, the address is 84571 Parkway Road in Pleasant Hill. All 1 story, which is nice. And the property taxes are just a little bit under $3,000 a year. They also originally started at $550. So just something to be aware of that, again, it is vitally important for you to price your home properly. Otherwise, you're going to be chasing the market. And the way interest rates are and the season we're in, homes are still selling, but this is not the time that you want to be chasing the market. Honestly, there's never a time that you do want to be chasing the market. We want to be ahead of the market. That way, you're getting your home sold quickly. And just from a lot of these houses that I've seen too, We'll get into the pendings and solds here shortly, but they weren't on the market for very long with the current pendings. The solds from a little while back, different story, which tells me, there are still buyers in this market, and they're looking for well-priced homes to get in today's market. So a lot less tire kickers right now versus in the summertime when everyone wants to purchase a home. So especially with the way interest rates are right now, this is definitely a good time to sell a home or to buy a home, just because there is less competition on both sides. So that's where we got to be really smart about it when pricing a home, marketing a home, doing everything we can to get your home sold for the best price possible in the best terms. So here's this house here over on 3769 Hills Creek Road. Again, just for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into this one, but the house was built in 2019, 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1856 square feet. They recently did a price reduction from $899 to $879, so about a $20,000 price reduction. So just to give you a gauge of what's going on in the Pleasant Hill area, Oakridge area, we're seeing somewhere around $10,000 to $35,000 in price reduction. So pretty similar to the McKenzie area. Now again, with each specific home, we're going to look at, what the market's doing in your particular price range with homes just like yours. That way we can stay on top of our game and be competitive with what your neighbors are doing, what your competitors are doing. That way we're not just sitting there on the market, having to get stagnant, and then buyers are asking, why hasn't this home sold yet? Is it because of the price, condition? Is there something wrong with the location, neighborhood, all those things. So that's where I stay ahead of the curve, just so that way we can do everything we possibly can to get your home sold. And this house sits on a little bit over an acre and a half. Again, they just did a $20,000 price reduction. For the price, I imagine it looks really, really nice inside. I'm going to look at the pictures later on this one. And again, the address is 3769 Hills Creek Road. So if you want to check out the pictures, you can do that. It has a 3-car garage, which is nice. 1856 square feet, all one story. So for someone thinking long-term or already in that stage of needing a single-story home, this fits the bill for them. Property taxes are about $5,200 a year, so definitely a little bit higher. You are pretty close to Pleasant Hill, Thurston area, so you've got that sweet spot where you're pretty close to town without being too far away, and on acreage. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're not too far off on price, or right on the dot. So just something to be aware of. Then we've got this house here in Oakridge, went pending in 2 days on the market. So yes, the Oakridge market is still moving. So there are buyers that are looking to purchase in that area. I know, shocker. I know Oakridge is kind of joked at as a dead town, or primarily for mountain bikers, but people are still purchasing in that area just purely for the fact of you can get more bang for your buck. And mountain biking being a big thing, for a lot of people too, they take into consideration the internet access, which surprisingly enough seems to be improving, or at least the times that I've been there have definitely been a lot better than a couple of years ago. So I don't know if that's playing a part or not, but if you guys have any thoughts on that, let me know, because it definitely seems like the Oakridge market right now is moving more than it has been for the last couple of years. So definitely love to know your thoughts. So again, this one was only on the market 2 days before receiving an offer. Over there on 48305 Commercial Street. So right in town, on a .11 lot, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, 1140 square feet. They had it listed for $235. And being on the market 2 days, I wouldn't be surprised if they got their asking price, if not more. Property taxes are only $1,200 a year. Then we've got this property over here in Dexter on 37728 Kimball Road. It was built in 1959. Sits on about an acre and a half. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1860 square feet. It was only on the market 15 days before going pending. So again, as you can see, there are houses that are moving quickly in our market. Now, comparing that to, the 10 or so active homes that we've seen on the market, it is going to take a little bit longer, but there are still homes that are selling quickly. So they were asking $499 for this one, 15 days on the market. I wouldn't be surprised if they got their asking price or maybe a little bit under. 1860 square feet, all 1 story, no garage. Does have a carport, as you can see here. And the property taxes are about $3,300 a year. Then we've got this property here in Oakridge over on Jasper Drive. It was built in 1949 on a 0.15 acre lot, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1131 square feet. It was on the market 63 days before getting an offer and then eventually selling. So this one, they originally started at $292,900. And then I don't remember exactly how many price reductions they did, but eventually when they went to $279,000, I think it sat on the market for a little bit, or I might be thinking of another property. And then eventually at the $279,000 price, they received an offer of $264,000 for cash. So there are still cash buyers also purchasing in the Oakridge area. So something to be mindful of. Property taxes are about $973 a year. And this house just sold two days ago. Then we've got this one here on Hampstead Lane, which still kind of falls in the Pleasant Hill area, probably a lot closer to Goshen, kind of like over in that area. This one was built in 1981, 0.18 lot, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1311 square feet. Manufactured home on its own land, all 1 story. As you can see here, it also has a 2-car garage. Went pending after 62 days on the market, and then eventually selling for $345,000. They originally started at $365,000 or $367,500, and then I think they sat on the market for a little bit before receiving an offer. They were listed at $350,000 and then sold for $345,000 for VA. So again, houses are still moving during this time. And then this is one I personally sold out in Lowell to a good client of mine. We ended up getting $12,000 in closing costs on this one. We definitely did a lot of negotiating with the builders up front, where we were going like $6K, $10K, and then eventually we ended up getting $12K. So, just because the builders say one thing doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. You got to have someone who's willing to advocate on your behalf to, really push the envelope. So they originally started at $425,000, and then when my clients came around and interested in it, it was right around the $409,995 price, so $410,000. And originally we were going to use our own lender. Things happened to the process. We ended up going with DHI, and I had never personally worked with DHI before, which is D.R. Horton's in-home lender. And overall, the experience was great. Again, there's a couple of things communication-wise that I would have liked to have been, kept informed of. But overall, my client got a really good deal. Like I said, $12,000 towards the closing costs, which helped her get the interest rate at like 5 3/4. The first year it's going to be like 4.75, and then the next year it's going to be 3.75, and then after that it goes to 5 3/4 every year after that. So overall, a really, really good deal. Again, I'm not sharing any personal information outside of what a buyer could potentially get in today's market. So overall, I think we got a really good deal on this house. conventional financing as well. So they were on the market for 59 days before we came around, and then eventually got it sold. So she absolutely loves the house, and I'm pretty excited to see what she ends up doing with it. Then we've got this house here on Wetloo Drive in Lowell. It was on the market for 90 days before going pending and then eventually selling. Sits on a .23 lot, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,556 square feet. It was built in 2012. They ended up selling for $439, all 1 story, which is always nice. They originally started at $478, did some price reductions. Once they got to $439, they eventually sold for that price with conventional financing. Property taxes are about $2,400 a year. And also, one of the builders team members gave me a call afterwards just to give you guys a little bit of insight. She told me what was going on with the property and stuff, and I just let them know, like, in the future, and now that I know this as well, I'll let them know ahead of time. Just keep me in the loop of stuff. That way, when my client informs me of stuff that's going on, I'm aware of it. That way, I can stay on top of things and really help her out through the process. So they took care of a lot of the stuff, which I absolutely love, and would still also like to be informed as to what's going on. Just like you guys do when you're buying a home or selling a home, you want to know what's going on. That way you're informed of the process, not being in the dark and then, finding out a couple of days later that this happened. And it's like, so I'm on the same boat, I'm exactly the same way you guys are, where I like to be informed. I like to stay on top of stuff, just to make sure that we're moving things quickly, efficiently, and smoothly through the process. Then we got this last house here over on 39350 Eagles Rest Road in Dexter. It was built in 1997, sits on about 3 acres, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2618 square feet. It was on the market 37 days before pending and then eventually selling. Back in September 2nd is when they put the home on the market. It is 2 stories, but it is nice because the primary bedroom is on the master or main floor. Main square footage is 1,508 with lower of 1,110. Property taxes are about $3,800 a year. They originally started at $859, and then once they were at $835, I think this one sat on the market for like a month or two, and then received an offer of $805. So I don't know what type of negotiating happened, if there was repairs that were needed, or the buyer just felt it was worth $805 based on comps and everything. But $30,000 price reduction from where they had it listed to what the offer was that they accepted with conventional financing. And again, October 9th is when the offer got accepted, and then it just closed a couple of days ago on November 7th. So again, things are moving in our area. Of course, you got to be very competitive, very on top of your game to make sure your home gets sold, just because everything we have working against us. But it is important to work with an agent like myself who is going to do everything they possibly can to stay on top of what's going on in the market and get your home sold for the best price, for the best terms. So thank you for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon.